Today at noon, a local county supervisor appears in court on election fraud charges. The accusations against him, that's coming up.
Well, lots of sunshine out there today. Bright, beautiful on a Tuesday. We will see those rain clouds coming back tomorrow, and into Thursday we'll have more on that next.
And Congress holds its first public hearing on unidentified flying objects in more than half a century. What they're saying about those mysterious images.
This is breaking news from NewsChannel 11.
But first, we begin with breaking news here at noon. The FDA authorizes COVID-19 vaccine booster shots for the youngest age group yet. Thanks for joining us here. I'm Sydney Kessler. Now, the FDA authorized a booster dose of the Pfizer vaccine for healthy children ages 5 and up at least 5 months after the initial doses. CDC compiled data shows only 28% of children in this age group have received their first 2 shots. The CDC must decide whether to formally recommend that booster. There is still no vaccine authorized for children under 5. A Buchanan County, Virginia supervisor indicted for election fraud appeared in court for an arraignment this morning. A release earlier this month from the Russell County Commonwealth's attorney says Trey Adkins has been under investigation by Virginia State Police for more than 2 years. He faces more than 80 felony charges. Court records show a grand jury found Adkins falsified absentee ballots and forged signatures to win an election for public office. The jury also found that Adkins allegedly ordered a road crew to use gravel owned by Buchanan County to repair private driveways. The county court clerk says a pretrial motion will be set at a later date.
What a beautiful, beautiful start to the afternoon. After temperatures this morning in the upper 40s, we're sitting at 75 here in the Tri-Cities. Nice warm up here, dry air in place, a lot of sunshine, mid-May sunshine, so nice warm up through the morning. And we're looking at a beautiful, sunny, and very seasonable Tuesday afternoon. 72 for you in Abingdon, still 57 in Roan Mountain. So there's that 20-degree difference between here and there. So as always, if you're headed up in the high elevations, make sure you grab the extra layer. You're still going to need it there high up in the mountains. Upper 60s there in Wise. So basically some 50s in the mountains, upper 60s, low 70s, Southwest Virginia, and mid 70s here in the Tri-Cities. Beautiful, sunny, and 80 degrees. And a nice quiet evening and night ahead. We will see some showers and a few storms late tomorrow. Scattered storms on Thursday, and then the heat is on for Friday. We are definitely looking at our first potential 90-degree day of the year of the spring season, and we'll highlight that. We'll talk more about our next rainmaker for the weekend. More on that in the 7-day forecast in just a couple of minutes.
Jeremy, thank you. Well, a live look now at the U.S. Capitol building, where right now Congress is holding a closed meeting on UAPs, or unidentified aerial phenomenons, more commonly known as UFOs. A public meeting was held earlier this morning, marking the first on this subject in more than half a century. This comes after a congressionally mandated report documenting more than 140 cases of UAPs that U.S. military pilots have reported observing since 2004. However, Deputy Director of Naval Intelligence Scott Bray added during that meeting that the number of reported incidents has grown to approximately 400 since last year's report, saying the sightings are, quote, frequent and continuing, end quote, and often occur in military training areas or other designated airspace. Pentagon officials today testified on how the Defense Department is organizing reports of UAPs.
Given the nature of our business, national defense, we've had to sometimes be less forthcoming with information in open forums than many would hope. If UAP do indeed represent a potential threat to our security, then the capabilities, systems, processes, and sources we use to observe, record, study, or analyze these phenomena need to be classified at appropriate levels.
Now, CBS News states that the report released last year couldn't explain most of the objects, but found no evidence suggesting that the objects are extraterrestrial or from a foreign adversary, adding that there were no collisions but 11 near misses. Well, if you're headed to fill up at the pump, be aware today marks another record-setting day across the region. The average national price is now sitting at $4.52. That's a 4-cent jump from yesterday. That's according to AAA, which shows Virginia is at an all-time high of $4.34 and Tennessee at $4.24. Gas prices are also continuing to break records locally. This is a live look at Johnson City, where drivers are paying roughly $4.28 for a gallon of regular gas. Now in Kingsport and Bristol, the average is $4.26. In Virginia, Bristol, as well as Scott and Washington counties are at $4.34. Well, AAA predicts 39 million people will travel over Memorial Day weekend, making that the holiday with the busiest it's been in 3 years. More than 800,000 Tennesseans are expected to travel at least 50 miles. That's more than 7% increase from last year. Of the Tennesseans traveling, close to 90% are predicted to drive. Happening right now, a massive hiring fair for the new Hard Rock Hotel and Casino continues in Bristol, Virginia. And today is the last day. While the doors to the temporary location don't open until July, they're looking to stack their staff of roughly 600 people now. The permanent facility will eventually employ more than 1,200 people. The second hiring event, which focuses on positions, started at 10 a.m. today and continues until 8 p.m. at the Bristol Conference Center on Linden Drive. Well, East Tennessee State University is holding a hiring event as well, with theirs set for tomorrow. This event is open to the public. People interested in working in grounds or the custodial department are encouraged to attend. The event runs from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Ramsey Tower. You can also apply online. Well, this afternoon, we're getting to meet the newest member of the Bristol, Tennessee Police Department. Take a look here at this cutie. Canine Nash is the German short-hair pointer that is trained in narcotics detection. Nash comes from the Seymour, Indiana area and was certified to detect marijuana, cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine, all before his first birthday. Nash is now partnered with Sergeant Joe Newman.
Well, enjoy a beautiful, bright, sunny lunch hour on this Tuesday. It looks like some rain clouds are coming back tomorrow. We'll highlight that in the 70 forecast straight ahead.
Now, Storm Team 11 meteorologist Jeremy Eisenkopf.
Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Weather is phenomenal outside, enjoying that sunshine, and one of the nicest days of the work week, probably the nicest if you like the sunshine at 80 degrees right now, 75. A little bit of a westerly breeze, really nice, and some visibility looking good. Just a perfect Tuesday afternoon. Notice again, temperatures cooler in the mountains, 50s there, 70 in Greenville, 73 in Kingsport. And we've got 73 in Elizabethton right now, 71 up towards Lebanon. And there's Wise at 68. So again, high elevations, obviously a little cooler. And mid-60s there in Mountain City, but beautiful and bright everywhere. And looking at some mid-70s for Wise, 80 in Grundy today, 81 in Jonesville. And here are the Tri-Cities, certainly closer to 80 already, given the fact that we're in the mid-70s. So maybe even a few low 80s, but generally right around 80 degrees through the Tri-Cities, upper 70s. Just get a little further into towards Abingdon, but just a beautiful day. And of course, over the mountains, most of us will be in the 70s as well. Tomorrow we start to feel a little more heat, a little more humidity, so a little bit less comfortable for your Wednesday. Still not bad overall, mid 80s in the Tri-Cities and some mid to upper 70s over the Blue Ridge Mountains, and we'll see some low 80s as well, Southwest Virginia. But we do have a storm system, a little storm complex actually, still ongoing. You can see the lightning strikes. This is actually our satellite view, but I wanted to overlay the lightning, kind of give you an idea where the storms are. And you can see the storms kind of moving in from Oklahoma into Arkansas. In this storm complex, we got another one actually across the Midwest, a little further north and towards Nebraska. So some of these systems will be coming at us tomorrow. And generally quiet though first thing in the morning. You notice how most of the storm systems will be weakening as they approach Appalachia tomorrow, but we'll keep an eye on it. And there's a marginal risk actually for a couple strong to severe storms, especially over Middle Tennessee and South Central Kentucky. But you'll notice tomorrow afternoon, most of the storms are kind of fizzling out. At least this model showing that, and I do think this doing a pretty good job overall. There will be some scattered rain showers and storms though, probably a little more likely tomorrow night, and perhaps even into Thursday. Timing a little in question here, but nonetheless, you can see the scattering of some showers and storms will be a little more prevalent here on Thursday. Dry Friday, and then notice the rain chances going up over the weekend. It is going to be a little unsettled late Saturday, and especially into Sunday. Storms becoming a little more likely on Sunday afternoon. Sunday, or I should say Saturday, still hot, but not as hot as that front comes in on Sunday. So there you go. Beautiful today. Still decent tomorrow. Scattered storms 86 on Thursday. A lot of summer-like weather coming at us. And look at that potential record high of 92 on Friday. Certainly the hottest day so far this year. And looking at the storms again moving in over the weekend. So great way to follow the forecast, of course, is with our Storm Team Low Weather Up. And certainly get outside and enjoy that Tuesday afternoon sunshine.
Jeremy, thank you so much. Well, student journalists at John Sevier Middle School in Kingsport are learning the power of words after winning some international youth journalism awards. Very proud of them. The students each wrote pieces on teacher staffing at their school for their middle school paper. The Sequoia Scribe, one was an investigative piece, the other an editorial. 8th graders Claire Mooney and Caitlin Burrell took home top spots in in-depth reporting and opinion writing, respectively, from Youth Journalism International.
I feel like that whole class is really behind where the other two English classes are. So that was a really big problem to me, that we didn't get the level of education that those classes did.
My English teacher quit like a little bit before school started, so we didn't have a teacher for the first part of the year. And we only had subs. We didn't learn anything for that time in class. Everything was just wild and all over the place.
Now, Mooney and Burrell weren't the only two to have their work recognized. 8 of their classmates also received honorable mentions in other categories. Well, exciting things are happening at the birthplace of country music, which you can expect with the 1927 Society Concert Series. That's coming up next. Welcome back. There is so much happening at the birthplace of country music, and Charlene Baker joins us now to tell us all about it. Charlene, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Okay, so what are some of the things happening?
Well, the 1927 Society Concert Series with Amanda Ann Platt and the Honeycutters. If you don't know who they are, you will very soon, because people are really talking about them in the Americana world. Our series is really unique in that, you know, included with the price of the ticket and the performance, you get heavy hors d'oeuvres, open bar if you're over 21 with an ID, and after the performance, you get to mingle with the artist. So it's a really amazing experience at the Birthplace of Country Music Museum in the acoustically perfect performance theater. It's the best place in the world for a show. So get those tickets, birthplaceofcountrymusic.org.
Perfect. Okay, and now there's also some summer camps happening as well.
Pick Along summer camps are back this summer after a hiatus, and we have some openings. Our beginner camp starts June 20th. You don't have to have any music experience, just the willingness to have fun and learn. It's fiddle, guitar, banjo, you get a little experience with that. You'll have a performance at the end of the week. They busk for donuts at Blackbird Bakery. And they do projects with Radio Bristol, and, you know, just have fun at the museum. It's a really wonderful experience. My daughter's done it 3-4 years, loves it. It's a great time. So sign the kids up now. That's also birthplaceofcountrymusic.org. If you go to our events page, everything's right there.
Well, it sounds like a really great way to keep kids busy during the summer season.
Yes, and we have an intermediate camp for older kids, even if they don't have experience. But if they do, if they've been to the camp before, or they already have sort of a feel for that, there's a July camp for those students as well. That one is not as, I don't think as many kids have signed up for that one yet. So there are still openings, but there's only 12 slots per camp. If we have an overwhelming amount, we might be able to add another camp, but I would go ahead, don't delay, and sign them up, because it's a full week of just a whole lot of fun, and they'll make so many friends, like just making music from all over. So definitely do that now.
Well, it sounds like a blast. And one more time, really quickly, since we covered it right at the beginning, when is the concert series?
That is this Thursday night on the 20th. It starts at 6 o'clock. Get there on time, because you do the food and the drink prior to the show. Then the concert starts at 7, and then afterward you can mingle with the artists. And like I said, go to birthplaceofcountrymusic.org if you want to find out more about the artist that's performing. Go and watch Amanda's videos. I mean, she's just wonderful. And this is a really good opportunity to find someone on their way up and get that opportunity to meet them and get, you know, a CD signed, buy some merch, and get to conversate with them. So yeah, it's just a really fun experience. I've always enjoyed those shows. Those are probably my favorite the 1927 shows, just because you're in that space and you can, you know, spend time and ask them about the songs they write, and they tell stories in between. Yep. So it's very inspiring.
Sounds like you have some great events ahead. Charlene, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back. Well, today President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden are in Buffalo to pay their respects to the 10 lives lost during a supermarket shooting. Michael George has more details on the visit and what police are saying about the suspect.
President Biden and the First Lady Jill Biden paid their respects at a memorial outside the Tops grocery store in Buffalo, laying flowers where 10 were killed and 3 injured in Saturday's mass shooting.
The pain and anguish those families in Buffalo feel. You feel like you're pulling into a black hole inside your chest, and everything, you can't, and it's hard.
After meeting privately with victims' relatives and first responders, the president plans remarks where he's expected to call out the, quote, despicable act for what it is: terrorism motivated by a hateful and perverse ideology that tears at the soul of our nation. Aides say the president will also renew his calls for universal background checks for purchasing firearms and a ban on high-capacity assault weapons and magazines.
My heart is just torn up.
Star Valentino lives in Buffalo. He says the grieving community is leaning on each other.
The message I'd like to get to the community is, let's all come together and continue to spread love and kindness.
The suspect pleaded not guilty to a murder charge and is being held without bail. Police say he scouted specific targets for months.
The individual was here a few months ago, back in early March.
In an online post, the 18-year-old allegedly wrote that he had a close call with a security guard when he scoped out the supermarket in the predominantly black neighborhood. Officials are now concerned about copycats.
We have been made aware of many social media posts going around with possible threats.
FBI investigators say they're working as quickly as possible to process the scene so that the community, which relies so heavily on the grocery store, can access it again. Michael George, CBS News, Buffalo.
Now, the attack at the Tops supermarket comes amid a steady rise in hate crimes nationwide. According to the Department of Justice, there were just under 6,000 hate crimes in 2015, but that number rising to more than 8,000 in 2020. Well, still ahead, our weather is staying clear today, but the chance of rain, it returns tomorrow. Your forecast is coming up next. Well, as students across our region graduate, we are celebrating their accomplishments all month long with our senior send-offs. And this afternoon, we're spotlighting Johnson County High School's Gregory Neiman. Gregory has been accepted to Northeast State Community College for welding. How neat is that? We wish you the best of luck.
Well, beautiful afternoon here today, and a pretty nice day tomorrow as well. There will be some storms around late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. Some more scattered rain and storms on Thursday, but we're definitely going to start feeling a little more summertime heat and humidity. And we'll finish out the work week with some record highs in the low 90s. And that'll start us off in the weekend with a hot Saturday afternoon.
Thank you so much for joining us here for a part of your afternoon. You can find the very latest at WJHL.com.